I'm Pure Evil MMA for the very first time. Let me pull in the video cast screen. We got Joakim Hagg, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right because you're from Sweden, and one thing that mixed martial arts brings us, especially Muay Thai, is there's a lot of interesting names. You learn a lot about different cultures and stuff like that. And to be honest, man, the only thing I probably know about Sweden being a YouTuber is PewDiePie. You know who PewDiePie is, by the way?
I've actually heard the name, but I couldn't say I know who it is.
So obviously, man, it was a big thing having you on the show because I've interviewed a lot of the guys over at Lion Fights, including Scott Kent, Scott Zur, and a lot of their champions over there. And you were actually going
Yeah.
to be fighting for, I believe, the middleweight title at Lion Fight 50, man. So we're going to be talking about what it meant to be on, a promotion like Lion Fight. We're going to talk a little bit about your history in Muay Thai, but really quick, man, I got to ask you. Well, like I was browsing your Instagram page. Are you a mushroom hunter as well? Is that what you do? You hunt
No,
mushrooms?
no, I don't. Just something we can do in Sweden during fall because it's like mushroom season, and so I just do it
Because
like
it's something
occasionally. Yeah,
it's something that I've always wanted to do, and for people out there like Rosnam Hunes, she's big in doing stuff like that. And I live
yeah.
somewhere where like you can be in the city in 1 second and then in the woods in 20 more paces. So when you go mushroom hunting, I mean, what are you actually looking for? Is it to make like the soups or whatever, or is it to actually find rare species of mushrooms and stuff?
Like I only do it with my dad really because I don't know anything about mushrooms. So he does this like good stew out of the mushrooms. So I just come along to spend some time in the forest, and this is very rare to me. Like I probably done it like once the last 7 years or so.
Well, son, I've
So
always wanted to do, man. And
yeah,
honestly, like there's so many different brands of mushrooms. Like I've had some mushroom experiences, but honestly, I'm Italian too, so stuffed
yeah,
mushrooms is always good. Mushrooms on pizza and stuff like that. So I had to
yeah,
ask
that's
that
awesome.
question. But let's jump
Yeah.
into a little bit about your Muay Thai background, man, because it's been the 25-year anniversary this weekend for the UFC. When was the first time you remember even seeing like a UFC card?
UFC card. I can't remember when I first saw one. I do remember the first one was I was really excited about. That was probably UFC 100. I think that was in like 2008 or something like that. That was the first one I was really excited for. Because I was actually doing MMA at the time, so that was big to me. I remember, but it wasn't the first event I saw though.
UFC 100, man. That was with Brock Lesnar making his big debut on there. I think that was the first time he fought Frank Mir, I believe. Right?
Yeah, no, I think it was the second one actually.
It was the
It
rematch.
was the
Let's see,
rematch. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
UFC 100. Also on that
I
card, I
believe it
think
was.
GSP was on there. I think right.
And
GSP.
Dan Henderson versus Bisping, I do remember that.
Oh
That
my
was a
God.
crazy one.
Yeah. Oh, how did I forget about that? That one went down in history with the H bomb that he
Yeah,
delivered on Bisping.
yeah, exactly. That was a big one.
So honestly, what got you into Muay Thai? Because that like in the recent years, you're saying UFC 100. I feel like it exploded around those couple of years, like the mid 2000s, like early 2000s. MMA
Yeah,
really exploded. You saw a lot of guys in Muay Thai, kickboxing, judo, or whatever martial art out there come over to
yeah,
MMA. What made you
yeah,
stay true?
exactly.
What made you stay
I
true to Muay
actually
Thai?
I transferred, but I transferred the other way. I transferred from MMA to Muay Thai.
Really?
uh, I, I I started MMA pretty late, probably in 2007 or 2006 maybe. And then like I think it was like 6 years ago, I started doing like more private classes in Muay Thai just to improve my stand-up fighting, and then I just fell in love with the sport really, and I never went back to MMA again.
What was
So
it for you that kind of turned you away from MMA altogether? Because like people like Zarina Bars, she was kickboxing, Muay Thai. She tried her luck at MMA, but wasn't able to get the ground thing down. Everyone would take her down and kind of assault her down there. Was that one of the bigger reasons? Like you enjoy the stand up?
I I did like I was actually more of a grappler when I fought. I have a few submission victories in MMA and so that, but I remember being very frustrated a few fights when you fought people who only like pushed you to against the fence and try to take you down and just really just hold you and just didn't really do much with it. So you could go for like 3 rounds and you didn't do anything. You just was held for like 3 rounds, and that frustrated me a lot. And in Muay Thai, you never get that because every fight is exciting. There's no way to escape. If you don't want to fight, you surrender. Like you can't really go anywhere. And I think that was I like mostly about Muay Thai.
Well, honestly, like I said, the last couple of years, it's been blowing up, especially the last 10 years. Financially, do you think it's safer to go to stay in Muay Thai and fight for organizations like Lion Fight, or try your luck in an organization like Bellator or something like that? Like you're a father, so you got to think about the money
Yeah.
aspect as well.
Exactly. Like it's actually very hard to live from martial arts in Sweden, at least. So I need to have a job, and I need to like kind of balance the whole life with professional fighting as well. So it takes a lot of time. But definitely, if I could be signed and fight regularly for like bigger promotions like Bellator or Lion Fight or whatever, that would be extremely good financially, because then I could probably work, at least I could work less. So, but I don't know the money difference in MMA. I think it's, if you're at the top in any sport, you'll get paid. Like if you're like a professional but not at the top, it's hard to live from it, I reckon. Like especially, at least in Sweden. I mean, Sweden is an expensive country. US is the same. Like it's expensive to live there. So I mean, if you live in Thailand, you could live from it, but like it's hard to live anywhere else, I think.
So I gotta be real, man. I mean, Lion Fight is so huge here because it's bringing Muay Thai to the United States. It's bringing it into people's home. Signing with a big company like CBS. What was that a huge honor for you? Because you fought under some big, organizations. But Lion
Yeah,
Fight is really the cream of the crop right now, if you ask me.
yeah, definitely. If you ask me as well, it was definitely an honor. It was great. It was such a big opportunity, and I got the chance pretty late, very late actually. So so I stepped in on pretty short notice, but there's no chance to turn down an opportunity like that. So it was definitely an honor.
I got to see your opponent fight a couple of times here. What did you know about the Immortal before you went into this fight? Like you said, it came up so quickly. You weren't really able to get that, 100%. So what did you know about the Immortal going into this
So
fight?
I've seen him a few times, like because he's great. He's fighting on the biggest events, and so I knew what I was in for. But it's hard to say like what kind of competition you've been in there before, and it's hard to compare just watching videos because everyone can look great on video. So it was still, I knew it was going to be very very tough, and yeah, I was expecting that, but it's hard to know how tough it is until you're in there. So I knew what I was in for, definitely.
And especially for the title as well, like there's no way you're going to be able to pass that up. I mean, like
No,
you're just saying, Lion Fight, it's so big here in the United States. So how could you pass up the super middleweight title against
no,
somebody like the Immortal? Like it's just
no,
impossible.
no
So
way. No,
what
exactly. It's impossible. It's an honor to be able to share the ring with a guy like that as well. In my opinion, he's one of the best in the world right now. So that was definitely an honor.
So bring us through this experience because I've attended multiple Lion Fight events. Unfortunately, I have not been able to go to LA. Was this your first time in LA? We could start there.
Yeah, first time in LA, and that was awesome. Like everything was huge. Like there's a lot of interviews, there's a lot of attention, like a lot of medicals. Like everything was huge. It was just it was like a big joyride the whole week. So it's that was great. I'm definitely able to enjoy it all. Like I just tried to take it all in, and enjoyed every second of it, to be honest.
I say this all the time when I talk about Lion Fight or Muay Thai in general. I mean, one thing I really love about it is the tradition of it and the respect aspect of it. Were you able to
Yeah.
talk with the Immortal or meet some of the other fighters on the card,
Yeah,
during weigh-ins?
Yeah, I spoke to him. I didn't talk to him much before the fight. Just said hi and asked how we felt really, um, and just said thank you for the opportunity. And after the fight, we didn't really get the chance to talk more. We uh, yeah, just thanked each other, and yeah, we just showed respect. Took some pictures. But I got to meet a lot of the other fighters, and yeah, everyone's so nice. Like that's normal though. Like most of the time you fight, you become friends with the people you fight, and yeah, that's pretty cool.
Is it a little weird going through like the weight cutting and then having to travel all the way to LA? Like, how was that for you?
It was a pretty rough weight cut because obviously I only had like 1 week to prepare, so it was alright though. Like they flew me in as early as they could, so I still had like 4 or 5 days at the hotel cutting the weight, and it wasn't really a problem, to be honest. It was rough, but it's a part of the game, so you just do it.
How far of a flight is that? Because I always hear people talking about jet lag and stuff like that. And I've personally never
Mm.
experienced anything like that. Did you experience that this time around?
Yeah, it's like a 12-hour flight, I think, and so we landed lunchtime, I think, local time, so lunchtime in LA, and I think it took us like 4 hours to get through the border control though. Then it just because the time difference, I think Sweden is like 8 or 9 hours ahead. So it was this very long day, the Tuesday when we got there. So yeah, but I managed to switch the day around. Like get right with the time difference. I think jet lag wasn't a big deal. It was alright. It's always a little bit hard not to like to sleep. You wake up in like 4 a.m. and but it was alright. It was alright.
I mean, you got to have a lot on your mind. You're about to go in there for a fight, and you're going through weight cutting. You're talking about traveling and going through border security, and we all know how difficult it is here in America. You didn't really have any issues with that at all.
Nah, not issues. It's just slow. It took us like as I said, it took like almost 4 hours to get through. That's crazy.
Like, I think it's crazy. The craziest part about it is like my co-host James McSweeney. He wanted to fight. I forgot where he was trying to fight. I think like in Australia actually, and they were like, "Nope,
Yeah,
you can't do it. You can't do it, even though you've been here before. You don't have any flags or anything on there. And even though it's business, they're still like grilling people. But then again, there's other people in the in the community of martial arts who have a background that I won't bring up any names or anything, but they have
yeah,
no issues at all. It's like it's just
yeah.
really
It's
really
crazy.
weird.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I don't know why it was so slow because they have like 40 counters in LAX, and I think there were two of them open, and like places crowded. So it shouldn't have been that slow. They should just sort of like open up more counters.
What was your experience like in LA? Because a lot of people, once they go there, they don't want to leave, especially like in the sport aspect of it. There's so many gyms there. Like if you ever wanted to move there, probably be not a bad idea. So what was your experience like?
In LA.
Yeah, in LA.
Uh, LA was nice. It was. I like the weather. The climate is beautiful,
Mm.
and yeah, that was. I could definitely imagine living there.
Well,
Uh,
before we talk about the fight, like, did you do any sightseeing? What was some of your favorite parts of LA if you got to see any?
no, couldn't do any sightseeing at all. Actually,
Really?
uh, we had like half a day, I think.
So right after the fight, you guys had to get right back on the plane, head home because you probably had work or something, and or right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We had to go. Like the day after, we had to go right away.
Now, obviously, you have the little one. The little one didn't come with you though, right, for the fight?
No, he couldn't. He couldn't. But actually, I have to. Can you give me like 2 minutes?
Yeah, yeah,
So sorry, because he's actually waking up, so I just have to grab him quickly. Yeah,
yeah,
it's 2 minutes. Two
yeah. Go
minutes.
grab him. Go grab
Sorry,
him.
mate.
That's fine. That's all right. But guys, Lion Fight. While we wait for him to come back, if you have not seen Lion Fight, I say this all the time. If you are new to mixed martial arts and you are one of the people out there, because I know there's a lot of people out there that complain, oh, boo, 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 boo when it goes to the ground because you don't know what you're watching. Muay Thai or kickboxing is probably the way to go. Now, it's nice seeing organizations like Lion Fight or even Bellator. They're trying to do Bellator kickboxing, which we really haven't seen much of it lately because last year they got mixed reviews. It was nice seeing them try something new, but it was weird at the same time. Like they had the MMA ring or the MMA cage, and then right next door, directly next to it, was the kickboxing ring. I don't think that was the right way to go, but it's nice seeing organizations bloom like Lion Fight. And now recently, they used to just travel from the East Coast to the West Coast. Now they're going overseas. You're seeing a little bit more of Lion Fight open up, get more recognition. They have huge names over there. Chris Cyborg, matter of fact, fought for Lion Fight for a little while. Right now, they have some huge champions in the making, like Chip Marazzo Pollard. Another one, Steve Walker, who reminds me of Anderson Silva. And they're giving all these guys opportunities like Joakim Hagg. It's just really interesting to see how many people are sticking with Muay Thai, like CBS signing Muay Thai organization. That is so huge. When I found out that news, I was a little upset. Like, let's rewind a little bit. I was really upset when I heard Access TV and Lion Fight split ways because well, I was upset and I wasn't at the same time because here in the States, like I can't watch Access TV. So every time I would go to these Lion Fight events, I wasn't able to go home and have it, saved on DVR. Now it's on CBS. My freaking grandma can watch from her couch. It just makes things so much more convenient. Flow Grappling, they did a great job with it. But let's be real, CBS is a great place for the sport to really reach a lot more people here. So it would be really interesting to see the responses from it. I think this is their first event on CBS. Maybe it's their second event on CBS, but honestly, it's huge for the sport all around. Jakeem, are you back?
Yeah, yeah, I'm back. Sorry, this
So
is life with the small kids.
it's all right, man, because we're talking about CBS signing Lion Fight. Were you able to go home and watch your fight on replay? And what were your reactions to the fight?
Actually, I saw it the same because they showed it like 3 hours later after the event was finished. So I saw it then, uh, and I haven't really because I was pretty tired, so I was half asleep. So I haven't really seen the fight, like the full fight. So they're gonna show. I think they're gonna show a replay like tonight, your time. So
Really?
I'm gonna watch it then.
It's going to be on CBS?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
10 p.m. I don't know if it's Eastern time or Western time, but 10 p.m. at least.
Oh man, if that's true, and I'm gonna look into that. If it's true, I'm gonna do a live reaction to it because I was just saying how big this is for the sport for it to be reaching more people. I mean, when it was on Access TV, it was great, but CBS, it's one of the grandfather companies out there where like my grandmother can sit at home and watch it. It means a
Yeah,
lot. Do you think it's gonna help the sport grow at all?
I hope so. Like I think they said like 28 million homes get the channel, so that's pretty big. Like, I really hope that it will help the sport grow,
We're
and I hope many people watches it.
we're looking at your Instagram page right now. What was some of your favorite moments from your fight that people can go back when they're watching it tonight on replay? What were some of your favorite moments of the fight that you remember?
Um, I just remember trying to walk forward, but I had a hard time. It's definitely not my best fight, but uh, I remember trying to land elbows, but I landed a few. I landed kicks good. I remember the kicks were landing. They were landing good, but it was hard. I didn't really do much damage during this fight. So,
Well, it
but
says, win some, learn some. What did you learn in this fight?
yeah, I definitely learned. I learned a lot. Like, so he was tough. Everything was hard. Everything he came at me with was so hard, and was like his pressure was something I haven't felt really. And yeah, I learned I cannot waste any punches or kicks. Like everything needs to mean something. Like I need to put pressure, and everything I do needs to like be able to hurt him. So that's something I'm going to work on. Not to waste punches or waste kicks. Like I'm just going to do anything more that goes to waste.
And really quick, I'm gonna play the quick clip that you have pinned to your Instagram page. Just really quick for everybody
Mm.
watching at home. Um, Just 1 second here. Yeah, man, you were landing some pretty hard kicks. I can't wait to rewatch this fight. Honestly, would you like to get back in there with Lion Fight? And if so, when would you like to get back in there? Because they are doing fights overseas, which might be a little bit more convenient with you, and you'll have a little bit more time to get ready, which is a huge factor.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back fighting for them. I really hope I get the chance to do it. Like even if it's short notice again, I wouldn't hesitate. I'll do it again. I could go back. I think they gave me like 45 days suspension after this fight. After that, I'm ready. Like I stay in shape, so I'll be ready. I think they're doing like a show in January. If I could get on that one, that would be great for me.
If you,
If
that's on the
if
East
not,
Coast too.
I don't know where it is, to be honest.
I believe it's
It
at
doesn't matter.
Foxwoods. So if you are on that card, we'll finally get to meet, and that would be pretty awesome because every time they're at Foxwood, they really have an amazing audience. It gets so
Mhm.
loud in there, the energy, it's like nothing else. So before we let you go, man, I got one more question for you. Coconut milk
Yeah.
and tattooing. First off, coconut milk. Why do all these fighters fiend coconut milk? I personally think it's disgusting.
No, it's actually coconut water, but
Coconut water.
it's good. Like it's good for a lot of electrolytes, and it's good for rehydration, and that's something you need. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
it
you learn.
doesn't.
I think you learn to like it, though.
It doesn't taste good. Like electrolytes, you could drink Powerade and get some actual flavor there. Why coconut
Yeah,
water?
it's good. It's natural. It's no like extra added stuff. It's good. Just pure coconut water, and yeah, it's good.
So
You learn
let
to like it. You learn to enjoy it.
it seems like all the fighters drink coconut water. It's just
Yeah.
I just can't get into it. But I thought it was really funny that like you're literally sitting there drinking coconut water and getting tattooed. Let's talk a little bit about tattooing before we end this interview. Is it kind of
Yeah.
frowned upon still there in Sweden? Because here in the United States, people are walking around with face tattoos and it doesn't mean a thing. Well, it's starting not to
Nah,
mean a thing.
it's a lot of tattoos here. I would say it's almost more common to be have a tattoo or than not at the moment. But I just because my soon-to-be wife's brother is a tattoo artist, so
Oh
I
wow.
just I just let him do whatever he feel like, really. So most of the tattoos I don't really know what it is
What is
until I get them.
your girlfriend's tatted up too, right? Is this your
Yeah,
girlfriend
yeah,
on your
yeah, yeah,
Is she a bodybuilder? What does she do?
yeah. She's CrossFit girl.
Which
Mm.
means what exactly for people out there that don't know what CrossFit is?
Um, I don't know how to describe. How would you describe it? It's a they do everything really. Gymnastics, Olympic lifting. They do everything. It's
Less
a competition form of functional fitness.
like
I don't know.
triathlons and stuff you guys do?
No, they don't do triathlons. It's like circuits when they compete normally. They do. It could be it's a lot of heavy Olympic lifting combined with gymnastics and like body weight exercises
So
in like circuits they compete and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Like
it's a little easier for you having somebody with you that actually understands like because I say it a lot like Muay Thai or combat sports is a very selfish sport. People can get the wrong
yeah,
idea and be like, "Oh, you care too much about yourself." So it must be really relieving to have somebody like that, right?
yeah, it definitely is. But I would say like combat sports, and it's like a team sport. But the only time you're really alone is in the ring. So you got nothing like when you fight, you're alone. But when you're not fight, when in training and everything else, like you need your team. You do everything as a team. At least we do here. So
When
I
do you think
definitely have a team.
when do you think you'd let the little one watch some of your fights? At what age do you think it's appropriate?
He's already been.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was. I think it was 3 weeks the first time.
Oh my
uh,
god.
but now he's two, so it's almost 2 years now. So it's a bit more of a sensitive age. So it's hard for him to sit still and watch. So now will probably be some time before he comes again. But we'll see. I think he doesn't as soon as he can sit down and relax and watch it. I think he'll understand because he's around it. Like he's in the gym. He's with me when we train, and like so I think he'll understand pretty quick. I think.
I see all the photos and stuff of him just like hanging around the gym, picking up little weights and
Yeah,
stuff. But at some point, like you know, in the back of your head, like I'm gonna have to have the talk with him about when he goes to school and stuff like that. Like are you ready
yeah.
for that talk? How's that talk gonna go? Because it's
Oh,
got to be weird for a parent who's a fighter. Like I say this all the time too. Like if my mom or dad were fighters, I'd think I was so
yeah.
badass. I would start fights probably in school.
Yeah, we'll see. Like it's hopefully there's a few years away before he starts fighting, but we'll see. I definitely think about it. But we'll see. We try to talk with him about it already because like he's obviously walking around boxing and stuff. So we say like only when he's with daddy at training, that's when he can box. But he's too young to understand at the moment, though. But we try to start saying it already. So hopefully it'll be natural when that time comes.
I want to end the interview on this note, kind of circling back to your tattoos on your
Yeah.
chest. Is that the Tool third eye, or what is that on your chest with the eye and the flames going around? What was the
All right.
inspiration there?
That's one of the tattoos that my fiance's brother did. It's like he draws paintings like and sells paintings and stuff as well. So that's actually it means nothing really. It's something. It's a painting he did, and he said I'd like to do this as a tattoo, and I said yeah, do it.
Does
So
he does most of your tattoos? Like I saw there was one
yeah,
like rose that actually looks pretty good.
yeah, he's done pretty much all of them.
And you
Yeah.
also play guitar and stuff too. Like you're into all these arts, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, not very well though. I tried to teach my I tried to teach myself like 10 years ago or something like that, 15 years ago maybe, and I still play a little bit, but only when no one's listening at the moment.
What kind of music are you into, or at least what kind of music do you like to play?
Ah, I play, I guess like whatever is easy. Like those, I go into these like chord sites and put on like beginner and playlists, and then I try to find songs that I recognize and I just play them. So it could be anything like country or whatever. But I mostly listen to hip hop.
There you go. Are there any big hip hop like artists actually in Sweden that we should check out that we aren't aware of right now?
Oh, I don't really listen to Swedish hip hop that much. It's actually old school, Biggie Smalls,
Hell
Tupac,
yeah.
the old school stuff I like. So uh, I wouldn't know about any upcoming Swedish hip hop artists,
I had to ask, man.
unfortunately.
I'm
Yeah.
so I don't know much about Sweden. Like I said, like Cutie Pie is like the only thing I know when it comes
But
like
he plays video games on YouTube, or what is it?
yeah, he does like
Yeah.
reaction videos. He'll play video games and stuff like. He's the number one YouTuber on the face of the planet. So
Ah, okay, okay. So I
he's
should
repping
know
the
him.
country. He's repping the
Yeah,
country pretty well. So before
yeah,
we
that's
let you
good.
go, this is the one thing I like to do for every fighter. If you have any shout outs, sponsors, anything at all, the floor is now all yours.
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to all my trainers at Göteborg Muay Thai, Leon Kulan, and that's Johan, Yassir, my managers, Patrick and Malik. They're great. Also, huge shout out to Lion Fight Promotions and Iron Shin Muay Thai and Iron Shin Promotions that helped me get the fight on Lion Fight, which was awesome. And yeah, all the sponsors. It's like local building company, Australian big, good friends. They're helping me a lot. Eco Living. It's everyone who's helping me. I hope I don't forget anyone. And family and friends, everyone who's supporting. Like they're everything really. So I
Where
hope I
did
don't forget
where did
anyone.
you leave off with Lion Fight? Did you talk to Scott before you left?
Yeah, they were happy with me. So they said we'd do something together in the future. Um, then my manager talked to them a bit more. So hopefully they planned something for me. We didn't sign anything or talk about specific events, or so I just keep my fingers crossed and I try to stay ready.
Big shout out to your manager as well for linking us together here. Let me get
Yeah,
his Instagram for everybody. It's
yeah.
Thomas
Thompson,
Thomason Ba.
Thompson, Thompson and Bar. Yeah. So his name is Patrick Thompson. He's been helping me a lot. So yeah, big shout out. Thank you.
And also Iron Shin Muay Thai for connecting the two and kind of putting the puzzle together for getting this interview, guys.
Yes.
Joakim Hagg. Tune in tonight, guys, for CBS. That is going to be replaying Lion Fight 50. Thank you so much, Joakim. We hope to have you back on Pure Evil MMA. You broke the
Yeah.
ground. You got your horn, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and sorry for the little break there, but that's that life, you know.
That's the beauty of live streaming, though.
Yeah.
I've had years and years in broadcasting, so I know how to handle those moments. So no worries there, man.
Perfect.
Enjoy the rest
Thank
of your
you very
day,
much.
and thank you so much for your time.
You too. Thanks for having me. Enjoy.
There you guys go. Joakim Hagg joining us here on Pure Evil MMA. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram. If you're listening to this on the podcast, whether it's on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, I hate running through it. There's too many of them. But make sure to give him a follow at JOCKEHAEGG. And that does it for me here at Pure Evil MMA. I am going to be doing like reaction videos later on. I thought it would be a great idea to bring, like, we were actually just talking about PewDiePie. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, PewDiePie being one of my favorites when it comes to, the meme reactions. There's none of that in mixed martial arts. I think I should be the guy to bring that to life. And I think we're going to start later on today, guys. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA. White Knuckles to the end. Follow me on Instagram at Follow me at Twitter at evil_echo. That's EVIL_ECCO. Also on Instagram at Pure Evil MMA _. And on Facebook at Pure Evil MMA. I'm Evil Eddie. White Knuckles to the end. Behave yourselves.